Hey gang, today we are taking a look at Transformers Generations, Optimus Prime, and Roller. And the only reason I'm really showing you the box here is because I absolutely adore this artwork. Just love the look of this artwork, and I love the IDW style for Prime here. It's probably one of my favorite designs of Prime in the last couple of years. So back of the box, tech specs, good old traditional tech specs, figures, bio, let's open them up and take a look. So here we have the figures out of the box, and as you can see, they are pretty small. To give you an idea of the size of these guys, here is Transformers Cyberverse Commander Class Sabotage Starscream, and here is Transformers Cyberverse Hunger, to give you guys an idea on the size of these things. As you can see, they are pretty tiny, and to even give you a better size idea, here is an MSIA figure, specifically the MSIA Dark Gundam. As you can see, definitely a difference in size. The primary Legends figures are going to be somewhere between a Cyberverse Commander and a Cyberverse regular figure. Odd size choice, honestly. Little Roller here is a pretty neat little guy. His only transformation is to just stand him up and pull out his arms. That's it. That is his transformation. His head sculpt is actually pretty good. I like his head sculpt. It's definitely a very cool little head sculpt. Though the overall robot mode is a little bit lacking. As you already know, he is a target master. So to make that transformation, fold his arms down, and then vehicle mode, take the back of the vehicle mode and just push up, and then fold that whole section up and around, and then flip out the handle. So here we have the first two barrels. Then for the final bit of the transformation, we will take Prime's gun, which is really cool looking, and take the little piece up here and peg that into what was Roller's chest. And here we have his gun mode. Now the gun mode fits snugly into Prime's hands with no problems, but he does cause a little bit of top heaviness, just a smidge. Overall, I like the look, but the Target Master is just a little bit too extreme for my taste. If he was more compact, or if you didn't have this whole section here, somehow just made it a little bit more compact, I think it would work better. It's not to say it's bad or anything, I just would prefer it to be a little bit more compact. So, Prime himself is a nicely colored and pretty well detailed figure. There are a few minor gripes in robot mode, but I'll get to those in a second. Overall posability is pretty good. He's got a swivel on his head, ball joint in the shoulder that is somewhat limited due to the shoulder pad, ball joint in the elbow, ball joint in the hip that is a little bit too loose for my taste, and a limited ball joint in the knee. Feet do not have any articulation. The overall posability is good. The head sculpt for this size class is really nice. I really like the head sculpt on this guy. I would like to see a little bit more paint, but for the size of the figure, they did the best they could. Plus, they also have this really nice Autobot symbol in his chest. Now, taking a look at the figure in 360, he is very nice, except for this backpack. I don't really care for the backpack, but again, at the size class, I can totally forgive it. The only issue I have in robot mode, or the real big issue I have in robot mode, has to do with his chest pieces right here. Now, they close together as part of the transformation, but when they open up in robot mode, there's nothing pegging them into place. There's no point at which they stop. So you can actually open them up all the way like this. That does affect the posability. He still looks pretty good, but as soon as you grab one of the arms and start moving it, it just pushes this bit in. Now, as you can see, from turning it around, this backpack piece is actually what's stopping it. But if it's folded down, you can open up the chest all the way like this for him to pop the Matrix out, if the Matrix was in here. So that is a little bit of an issue for me. Not a deal breaker by any means, but it is a little bit annoying, especially when you're trying to pose the guy. Prime's transformation is simple but fun. To start, take the head and just push it down into the chest. Then take the chest pieces and pull them together to form the windscreen of the vehicle mode. Turn the figure around and take the backpack and fold it all the way down along his butt. Then take the upper torso where the windscreen is and turn that 180 around so it is facing towards the butt of the figure. Now that piece that was the backpack that we folded down before, There is a double hinge in there. Take the section that is connected to the wheels and the front of the vehicle mode and fold that up, and it will peg into place to form the front of his cab mode. Then take the arms and fold them straight along the back like we do for the original G1 figure, and fold the arms to the sides of the vehicle mode exactly like the original G1 figure. And that creates the front of the cab. Then take the legs and combine them together and fold them and the hips up into the cavity of the rear of the cab mode to fully form the vehicle mode, and just fix whatever you pop off. Prime's vehicle mode is nice. I like the vehicle mode, save for the robot feet sticking off the back of the figure. That, I can understand why it's there. It's just because of the size class. There's really nothing they could do about that. But I like the overall IDW design of the figure. It's a hallmark of the G1 figure, but at the same time, it's something slightly fresh and new. I like this. Now, Roller can actually attach to Prime in vehicle mode. You see these tab slots on the back of his feet? Well, there are tabs on the front of Roller, so you can just kind of peg them in or slide them on, and you get this little convoy going for Prime and Roller. And then you can take the gun and actually peg that into the very front of Prime's vehicle mode. So you've got this little armored convoy going along. Very cool. A nice look to the figure. Now, Roller itself is very cool and just a nifty little target master in vehicle mode. I love the look of him in vehicle mode. Plus the little gun, it's just something that really works for me. I'm not sure why, but the little armored car look for him just is really nice. It's kind of more of an armored car dune buggy or six-wheeled vehicle. I like it a lot. I think it's cool, but his transformation is just dumb. Just stand him up. I don't care for that. Returning Prime to robot mode is pretty easy, but we're going to do something a little different. The first thing I like to do is grab the very front of the vehicle mode and pop it out of place. That will, one, enable you to easily fold the legs down, and two, allow you to more easily flip out the arms like you do with the G1 figure. So that just, I think, is easier to do it that way. Then rotate him around, open up the chest, flip up the head, which is actually a little bit harder than I think it should be, but you kind of have to open it up quite a bit. And then come to the back and fold the entire rear section up, and there we go. So here we have Prime in robot mode. Overall, Transformers Generations Optimus Prime with Roller is a cool little set. It's not perfect by any means. It's got a couple of issues that really annoy me, but like I said, they're not deal breakers. Overall, I would recommend this set. Now, I picked it up from BigBadToyStore.com, and I think they're still available at the time of this recording. So, guys, I would go there to see if you can pick him up. Like I said, overall, I like him. He's got a few issues, but I really like the transformation. The figure is nicely posable, and, well, he's Prime. He looks cool, and he's got a really kickin' gun. So I'd say this one's a buy.